Stoplight Spoilers is coming to you, bringing you spoilers and movie reviews. With Jake and Isaiah as your hosts as they're driving home.
A lot of breaks. Or I have to accelerate. And then the shoulder was clean. I was like, I'm shouldering it. Like, oh man. But that was the only anything I had happen.
That was on this trip?
Yeah, that was coming back.
Well, welcome to Stoplight Spoilers, where we talk about our road rage. Just kidding.
I mean, I did actually have one road rage with one person. I was like, he was a real big knucklehead. But anyway, moving on. I got over it pretty quickly. So, yeah.
Where we devote the first 10 minutes of every episode to talking about incidents on the road.
Hopefully, this doesn't actually make the podcast.
Someone's going to.
That'd be kind of awkward.
Would it be?
I mean, I was talking about how fast I was going. Can they come back at me on that?
No. You're in Mexico, remember?
That's right.
You know all the YouTubers?
Got you,
filmed
yeah.
In Mexico.
Filmed in Mexico. I got it. That's right.
Recorded in Mexico.
So, what was interesting is tonight we went and saw, was it Taken 4? Jackie
That's
Chan
what
in
my
Taken
joke
4?
was going to be. You just don't.
Great minds think alike.
Or,
what was the other one?
American Assassin 2 doesn't work because he wasn't American.
Jackie Chan, Asian Assassin.
Asian Assassin.
A 2.
Part deuce.
The prequel. So, just real quick, I'd like to point out that I am still very much a Jackie Chan fan. Like, I really enjoy him. He's 63 years old in real life. Played the role of a 61-year-old father.
I think I could enjoy hanging out with him. He just seems like
Doesn't he seem fun?
a fun person to be around. Like all of his bloopers and stuff, he's always laughing.
I wish they had bloopers on tonight's at the end of it.
Yeah, that would have been fun.
He usually does on a lot of his,
right.
Especially his earlier stuff. There's just tons of bloopers. And I absolutely love Legend of the Drunken Master. Like, just such a great one. It's older.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
It was one of my few widescreen VHS movies. And I have a widescreen Blu-ray of it, which is I can't remember ratios, but it's that really, really wide one. You remember it would take up only a third of your square TV?
It's so terrible.
It was that wide of a movie.
I can't imagine, because I know when I first met you, you thought it was strange, essentially, that I would watch, full screen. And totally now, after being in this thing for a while, I get it. I just was naive. I was not naive is a good word, but there's another word.
You also didn't care.
Right. But, something like that, the ones that are super wide, the amount of material they have to cut to make a full screen out of that is ridiculous.
It is. But some of the cinematic shots, there we go, on those wides are just really neat.
Right.
It's kind of like doing panels on your phone.
It's an artistic touch to it.
Yeah, for sure.
But
speaking of your artistic touches,
the amount they have to cut, though, to make that a full screen.
Letterbox, yeah, it's crazy.
How does that...
But speaking of artistic touch, the opening shot of The Foreigner, I really enjoyed that vertical shot of the building.
Yeah.
Because the pigeon comes out, all chill, and flies away with just people leaving for work. Leaving from work, school at that point. But it just, to me, it was just a really neat touch. I really enjoyed it. But, yeah, Jackie Chan, I like it.
I did too.
So The Foreigner.
He's getting really old, though, so enjoy it, because
eventually
he
will
go on
stop.
forever.
No, he can't. He's got some young guns. Eventually somebody will replace him, for, younger... I don't know who, though. There's nobody making movies that are the quality of him that is in America current that I can think of. Young, when he started.
Right, I don't... Nope.
Because he's the television.
Vin Diesel.
No.
I knew you'd like that one.
You're horrible. I'm still a little salty with him and the way it played out. Anyway. Guardians. In Guardians, him getting paid so much money to say that garbage. Come on. It didn't even sound like you. It's so irritating.
I don't understand. Okay, let's not even get on that soapbox because it makes no sense.
It doesn't.
So he can have a credit. Anyway. The Foreigner.
Hashtag pay the real actors. Anyway, The Foreigner. Man, okay, so I'm just going to tell you guys listening. I have to admit, I got a little emotional. I got a little caught up in the fact that Jackie Chan's only surviving daughter. He's had a wife and 3 total daughters. Spoiler alert, 2 daughters are dead. Wife died giving childbirth to the 3rd one. He loses her in an explosion, which was an act of terrorism by the...
Right, we're talking first, 5 minutes?
10 minutes of the movie is over. Like, his life
They have
ended.
a cute relationship together.
Yeah. And it was fun to see her in a different role, because you don't know, because you didn't have it really in the Harry Potter, but she played a character named Cho in Harry Potter, which was a British girl that attended Hogwarts that was Asian ethnically. And she was just real sweet in the movie. She had a relatively small role, not major, but it was fun. And I was really excited to actually see her because, okay, guys, I kind of forgot that what the movie was about when I saw her in it. I got really excited, and then I was like, oh crap, she's dead, because I totally forgot about it.
Her role didn't last very long.
No, it didn't. But Jackie Chan, he got me emotional, and I wonder if it's because I kind of feel like I have a bit of a relationship with Jackie Chan, if you will.
You think that's what it is?
I just wonder, because I've seen him in so many roles, right?
Yeah.
And then to see him like play the father, and I have a daughter.
I think that's probably more of the aspect.
But like I believed him.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Like the scene with him holding her dead
that's
body.
what I'm talking about. When the photographer was there, and he panned over.
Take the shot.
No, he couldn't. And it reminded me of the scene in The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, when Sean Penn's character's in the mountains. He's like, yeah, it's one of the most elusive creatures, and he's trying to get a shot of the snow leopard.
Yeah.
He's been camping in the Himalayas for how long just to get this shot? And he explains, he goes, yeah, sometimes I just don't even take a shot.
Yeah.
I just live the moment for what it is. And it took me like that emotional attachment, the way Sean Penn's character delivered that line. And then the way the guy did in this one.
Good connection.
Because it was just really, it touched me when the photographer was there. Because whoever set up the scene, the team that built that scene, they had to be people crying on it while they're doing it. Like, they had to be believing it. Because it was really intense. So, anyway.
Terrorism is sad.
It is sad. But, so. Okay. I want you to correct me if I'm wrong, because I feel like I got understanding of what was going on. So, we have the IRA, which is the Irish...
The authentic
IRA. And
what a funny touch.
And it has to do with... Can you tell me what IRA stands for? Because I can't remember. It's something to do about the Irish bad guys. The mafia, essentially, for Irish.
Yeah.
Right? So, Pierce Brosnan's character, actually, he delivered that role pretty well, I felt. I'm not Irish, so I can't pick apart his...
No, I can't either, but like it wasn't distracting.
No, it felt good. And he, like at first I was like really critical of just watching him. But then a couple scenes into it with him in it, I just kind of forgot that he was Pierce Brosnan and just watched it for what it was.
Agreed, totally.
And I enjoyed it. Like it worked well. But, so you have, he's old IRA from back in the day. And he also lived that life where he was pretty much a terrorist. And he did well. Okay, I wouldn't say terrorist.
Well, no, because
he didn't go.
The IRA wasn't necessarily like a bad
Right.
It had developed into this.
Right.
Sort of
extremist. Okay.
Like there's cells of it that
right
were extremists.
Right. And he was one of those.
He
basically
was?
Yeah. They talked about all the bombings and stuff like that, but he didn't do it to civilians. And children.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
These guys did, and the reason why I think they called themselves the authentic is because they were wanting to bring about what they felt that the IRA should be about. Well, Pierce Brosnan, he's an old dude. He's like, no, we've come a long way. We got a lot of treaties in place, essentially.
Yeah.
And they felt he'd gone soft. Is that what I'm getting? And so some of the upper people that are next to him felt he'd gone soft.
His wife.
his wife even, which was a plant, apparently. And his lover.
His wife was a plant?
Yeah, she was working for the homeboy.
I mean, they had been married for...
I guess you're right. They had been married. So,
like, she's a convert.
Yeah, convert, right. Yeah. And then his mistress was absolutely a plant, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And so, I'm just...
What's so funny, let's point this out real quick. Both of us forgot who the mistress was.
That was kind of funny.
And really was kind of a key part of the movie that, like, we never put together.
It took a little while.
Until the end.
But I'm glad that we figured it out. I was like,
we both are like, she's significant somehow, but I don't remember how.
Yeah, it's just because they didn't give her a lot of FaceTime, screen time, prior to that, for me to make the connection, because she was prettied up, and then she was like all thug, so I didn't make that connection.
Right, I had the same problem.
So, anyway.
I don't know who this chick is.
So, they're trying to stoke up this whole thing, and basically, what was their goal? That's the thing I didn't catch.
It was something at the banking industry that they didn't like, that they were, I don't know, something to do with money. Oh,
in Ireland.
With British. They didn't like them doing business with
Was that what it was?
I'm pretty
sure.
So
is that the reason why he was so salty about Pierce Brosnan working with the British?
Yes.
Well, he just didn't want to see what he'd worked so hard for go to ruin when he actually believed in their treaties and stuff. And to talk about that, like, okay, so this movie, I was pretty intrigued by it because, okay, the way Dunkirk did some parallels throughout the same movie from different perspectives.
Yeah.
This movie kind of did a similar, it told story of this section and this section and this section, but they all crossed in together pretty well, like laterally. Because you had Pierce Brosnan's whole world. Then you had Jackie Chan's whole world.
Yeah.
Like, and I didn't feel like anything felt horribly out of place. Like, it felt like it all really existed pretty well, because you had the British, you had the Irish, and then you had Jackie Chan. Jackie
Chan's character was really confusing initially because you
didn't have
any backstory. It's like, what? This Chinese food man.
Right.
It's just like...
Which, watching it, I was absolutely taken by it. I was actually excited, and here's the reason why.
He's like cooking a bone.
No, here's the reason why. I was like, okay, so he's cooking not napalm, what do they call it? Nitroglycerin. So he's doing all this stuff because he obviously has some knowledge. So I was like, okay, they're going to eventually give us a backstory.
Right.
And I was so convinced early on.
How awful would it be if they didn't even
Then the movie would have been horrible. Had they just been like, okay, what the heck? How did he handle this MacGyver stuff? Yeah.
Just Jackie Chan.
He's Jackie Chan. That's their reasoning. He's not whatever his name was. He's just Jackie Chan.
I'm going to call him Quinn because it's something.
It's Quan?
That's probably it.
Yeah, anyway. So, bomb happens.
Liam
daughter dies.
I was like, I'm going to remember somebody's name.
Yeah, it's Pierce Brosnan's character. No, that's his nephew, Liam. No, Pierce Brosnan is Liam. Brosnan. Yeah. So, bomb happens, girl dies. Sad scene. So, Jackie Chan, you don't know, he's a cook. And then all of a sudden he just becomes a bad A, a really old bad A. 61-year-old bad A.
Just starts going on the move, trying to get some names of who killed his daughter.
He goes to the top brass in the British consulate to try to find out what's going on. It happened on British soil. It was at the hands of the Irish mob, the actual Irish mob. Authentic, excuse me. And he's trying to get answers. And he's like, we can't do that. I'm so sorry for your loss, but we can't actually. Offers them £30,000 to the police.
Right.
To give them names. $30,000. No, pounds, excuse me. To the police.
So what, like $45,000?
Yeah, something like that. So he's like, it's all I have. I just need names. He's like, I can't help you. I'm so sorry.
I just love how it started, like, so vengeful. Like,
he says that you should not, and that cop warned him, said you should not go poking around because it's not going to end well for you. So then he finally sees Pierce Brosnan on TV, Liam. He goes and talks to him, has words, and says, hey, I need these names. He goes, I don't know.
The movie escalates.
Yeah,
drastically.
Really drastic. Because then he goes, "You're gonna change your mind. You'll change your mind."
Yeah, I love that line.
Yeah, and it was good. It was like, wait a minute, did he just say that? He just said, "You'll change your mind." Blows up his office.
He does kind of change it. I was trying to think of how he did change it, but he did.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
Yeah. So blows up his office.
With
Threat becomes
with a
real.
really fun MacGyver bomb.
Yeah.
Like, that was
so it was string suspended with, I guess it was probably the nitro that he had built.
Yeah.
In soda bottles.
Yeah.
Match a cigarette without a filter, so that that was his fuse. Eventually, he got to the match, which then melted the string, which then dropped the nitroglycerin on the ground, and then ignited, kaboom, something other, just enough to give him a warning.
Send a message.
And then it really escalates from there. He goes to the farm, blows it up, blows up a car.
Well, I mean, he even, like, puts, like, the entire setup to blow up his car, and was like, names.
Just as a warning.
Names. And then sends him a picture of him and his girl, his side chick.
Yeah.
Names.
Which at the time, we didn't know how deep she got into it.
Right.
So, I can't really talk about everything in this movie. It'll take forever. So speed it up.
Okay, what do we want to highlight on?
Alright, so his wife and him are hiding at the farm with a whole bunch of people from Ireland. Right?
Nobody's supposed to know about this place.
Nobody's supposed to know about this place. Jackie Chan does, though. He's beast mode. So, goes and attacks him on his comfort zone. So then it gets real. They bring in...
Sends another message. He's still not, like...
Yeah. The cool thing I liked about him is he's not intentionally killing or harming anyone.
Right.
The one guy in the car was the biggest wound, but the dude lived. He was all non-lethal stuff.
Yeah. He was just sending messages like, I can take care of you.
I can take care of everyone. I need names. Like, he was so fixated on revenge and names. So, he gets to him. Pierce Brosnan sends his dear old wife to go somewhere else. Well, there's an affair there. He's having an affair himself. He has a mistress. So, without going into too crazy detail, Pierce Brosnan's character, his wife, his nephew, and Pierce Brosnan's mistress. Those four, there's a triangle, not a triangle even.
Quadrilateral.
Yeah, whatever. You're funny. I like it. So, Pierce is married, his wife and nephew, they're doing it.
That is so weird.
Yeah, it was a little bit incest. So,
but maybe, like, the blood's got to be the Liam.
The other side, yeah.
So, like, that's okay.
Yeah. It's not, but it is, like, incest-wise, it's okay. But anyway, so
kids won't come out.
Liam's also cheating on his wife.
With the bomb maker.
Well, she wasn't the bomb maker. She was an extremist. She was authentic IRA.
Authentic IRA.
I think that was part of it. Was kind of funny. They were like basically saying he's no longer authentic.
It's the Irish.
We're gonna call ourselves
Relish Association.
Relish. You're funny. So that whole big mess comes out.
I don't remember what it was.
That whole big mess comes out with the trap, which they set in place. That's one thing I didn't understand is the code word.
Like, how was that gonna out? I don't know how that would have outed people.
I think it's because what basically faction of the IRA, they have a code word, so they know for sure it's Irish IRA. So they say, this is our code word. This is how you know it's us.
Okay.
So they identify with the group.
Yeah.
So let's say that's what it was. So then he gave each one of the factions a different code word.
Okay.
So that leaked out to his wife through the nephew. All right?
Right.
All right. So then it gets back to Pierce Brosnan's buddy that he's known for 30-something years. That scene was intense. He went back to his roots.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not going to be pushed around.
Shoots him in the leg.
Shoots him in the leg immediately. Then shoots him in the other leg.
The guy's like, all right, you're not playing around.
Yeah.
I'll give you names.
Woo! Gives him the names. Gets the names.
And then I didn't, now that I'm thinking back on it, like, I didn't realize that I, for some reason, thought Liam, like, after seeing it, now that we're talking about it, obviously he didn't know that his mistress was part of it.
Correct.
Right.
He didn't know. He was so oblivious to the fact of what was going on.
So she was definitely, like you said earlier, a plant. Like,
yeah,
she was...
He was just screwed from every direction. Because you had Jackie Chan screwing with him. You had his wife screwing with him, with his nephew.
His nephew screwing with his wife.
Yeah, and then his mistress. She's in the crazy people that want to dethrone him, essentially, working with the guy that's supposed to be his buddy.
Yeah.
Right? So he's just literally... Then you got the British guy that he's trying to be friends with, the lady that he's trying to be, work with, so to try to keep the peace. He's literally trying to keep the peace. Man, they just screw him every which way.
It made me want to like him a little bit.
Well, yeah, it did me too. Like, he's got a history that you can't like.
Yeah.
But... he's trying to be politically. He wants it to work out to his advantage. Of course, who doesn't? But it is a lot of political motives for him, right?
Yeah.
But still, man, he really got worked over. So we're talking like so worked over that they're trying to get all these answers, and he's trying to help. And Jackie Chan's coming at him. He's like, I really don't know, Jackie. I don't know what's happening. I'm trying really hard to find out.
You gave him 24 hours. 24
hours. And then there was another bombing. So then that's how they figured out how to progress the story. It comes out that the wife, the other Irish guy, that older Irish mafia guy, his mistress, his wife, they're all in cohorts with the extremists blowing up crap. Yep. All of them, to basically dethrone Pierce Brosnan as the main dude.
Right.
Essentially is what it is. It's a grab for power.
I like how, I don't know what her position was, but the older lady, like at the end of it.
The British lady?
Yeah. She's like, we own you.
With the council?
We're keeping you in power. We own you.
Yeah.
If we say jump, you say high. And then he even got dethroned from that. Because Jackie Chan's like, send this.
Yeah.
Send this picture of you and your mistress, which is the bomb maker.
Which is part of it. Yeah. And so she's in the authentic IRA. And so so he thinks that he just got by. He lost his wife, because she's now gone out of the picture. He's lost his friend, which was turned on him. He's lost his connection now to the British side of things. Except for he still gets his immunity for a few people that he had been fighting for, which is good for him. He got that. But he didn't get immunity. This is what Isaiah was talking about, him getting owned by the British. They're like, we're going to keep you in place because we need you, but you're ours. So all this happens, and he's like, I can't believe all that happened. Has his wife killed. Lots of intense fight scenes.
One thing, do you have anything else that's...
No, I just wanted to give closure on the fact that Jackie Chan shows... I love how he's like, you killed my dog. I'm going back a little bit, guys, but there's a scene in there where you think... I was like, there's no way Jackie Chan killed his dog.
No, after he saved all these people.
All these people, there is no way he killed the dog. I really don't know. He's like, you killed my dog? He's like, no, he's just sleeping. I was like, that's funny. And so then he gets to the end and Jackie Chan's in his room yet again.
Yeah.
And he's just like, it's all over. Everything's done. He goes, this picture of you, she is one of those. And Jackie Chan didn't know until he busted in there and went ape-ish.
Oh, I know.
On the whole group.
And he saw her.
So let's talk about that real quick. Okay.
That's what I was going to say. It's like we didn't even talk about
the British people, they're in place. They're going to...
Seconds from breaching the apartment.
Which
is so fun.
And Jackie Chan.
Just the timing. I love timing of movies. Everything's always...
And it was just really cool. He brings in an assault rifle. It goes ham.
I like how his secret way in. Like, that was fun.
Did you like how he was like come around the corner and shot down at the ground because he thought he was ducking, and Jackie Chan was smart enough to go see him? I love that, and he come down. Oh, it was good. So he wipes everybody out except for the chick.
Did he leave her intentionally?
Huh?
Did he leave her intentionally?
I'm not sure.
How was it? Who are these? Oh, these people were British, right? These are...
The ones that come in? The cops?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I like how they, like, tied the loose ends and just shot her. Like...
Point blank, just done.
They ended up preventing the bomb from going off, though.
That was pretty intense.
They did go off, but...
It did go off, but
maybe
not
killed
people.
a person. Maybe a person.
It didn't appear that he killed anybody.
It didn't show it.
No.
But the guy who threw it might have died.
I think he got away. I think he was fine.
I do think one confusing scene for me was when Mistress was, setting up the device. I was utterly confused at what was happening. I was like, oh, she's turned her way. She's turning it off.
I thought, yes. I definitely thought maybe she's actually decided against this thing.
So she had to actually turn it on.
And she had to turn on the clock. Something. She fiddled with something in the battery. I don't know what the deal was.
That's a weird...
Why wasn't it already in place? Just give the guy his life. Whatever. That was a little bit... Wait a minute. Did she change it with a different battery? Is that what it was?
Maybe that's it.
Maybe she pulled a different battery out of her pack.
Okay.
Her backpack.
It wasn't clear if she did.
No, it wasn't. So maybe that's why.
I literally thought, I was like, oh, she's changing her ways, but I don't know why. She doesn't want to blow the place up.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't it at all. She's actually activating the
device.
Yeah. And I was rooting for her. I was like, hurry, before he sees you.
Yeah, it was funny. I did have a bit. No, it got me too. I remember that. But okay, so going into the movie, I did have higher hopes for the movie.
Than what you got?
No, I had higher hopes for the movie. When I saw the initial trailer, I was like, it looks good. You said you went into it without remembering seeing your trailer?
I don't think I've ever seen it.
So that's really exciting.
I don't know how.
So I went in fairly...
I guess we show up late often, though.
Yeah. Well, also, too, I think one of the trailers I watched is when you were in California.
Okay.
So I remember being fairly excited about the movie. I'm really pleased that we got to go see it tonight. I'm so glad it worked out. I really enjoyed the movie. It is a movie that I would absolutely own and enjoy watching it again.
Yeah.
Absolutely own it. And I don't normally say that I would go see movies again in the theater, but for the price, we paid $3.75 tonight.
For that price, I'd maybe consider it.
If I went with someone that hadn't seen it before, I would watch it in the movie theater again. Absolutely. Absolutely give it a green light.
I think it's absolutely a green light. I don't know that it's
most
as movies praiseworthy. I don't know if it's as praiseworthy, in my opinion.
Okay.
I think it's worth maybe owning a digital copy.
Okay.
Green light, though, for sure. I think it's worth $3.75 for sure.
Yeah.
Even $5.
But I would
maybe even $8.
I would definitely watch it again if I was going to watch it. If Teresa just got a wild hair and wanted to go see it, I would go watch it again.
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily up her alley, but she likes action movies, and this one's pretty triumphant. Pretty good amount of language, but thankfully there was no bad scenes in it.
By bad, I mean boobies.
I mean raunchy sex.
Raunchy sex.
I can tolerate the occasional breast, but
penises.
Yeah, whatever. I have the same.
It is so funny, but just all of a sudden, no raunchy sex, big penis on the screen.
That'd be really funny.
Because they could, just for a brief moment.
Yeah, they could.
I don't know how much penis they can show, but they can a little bit.
They can show a flaccid penis.
Actually, they could probably show Jackie Chan for an hour. Do you get my joke?
I got your joke. It's a bit racist. Oh,
that wasn't racist. It was
stereotypical Asian.
Yes, thank you. That sounds much better than racist.
Oh man. So yeah, I would absolutely go see it.
What would you put on it?
I was trying to think.
I'll give you mine because
go ahead.
I don't want you to think that you're influencing me. So Rotten Tomatoes has a 54 or something. I'm not nearly that low.
Yeah.
I'm probably 78 or something. 80. 80's probably. Let's go with the default. 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. That's a safety spot for you. The thing is there were a couple things in the movie, and one scene in particular. Let's talk about the scene when he is in the office with the British guy. All right. Hummingbird or whatever his name was. All right. So he's sitting at the table, offers him $30,000, and you can tell because the scene was shot from two different angles. Yeah. From the angle of the black guy, the angle of Jackie Chan, and just kept going back and forth. And then I think there was a wider shot once. Right. There was a continuity issue with the scene. For whatever reason, they moved the money like 6 different times.
I didn't know.
It was overlapping on the paper. It was in front of the black guy. It was in front of Jackie Chan. Then it was back in front of the black guy. Then it wasn't overlapping. Then it was like on top of the paper. Like, so this brick of money moved on the scene I don't know how many times.
That's really funny.
So it was just magical brick of money.
I didn't see that at all.
Well, it was because things like that I like to get a focus on because I like to see
how much
it changed. Yeah. It was like 6 different movements in this block of money. And so to paint the scene for you, Jackie Chan takes it out of a paper sack, sets it on the table, slides it to the guy, says $30,000, names. Guy says, I can't take this, slides it back to Jackie Chan. Well, there's a scene, one of the shots, it's back in front of the black guy. So it was kind of like this money just kept going back and forth, like it was they played air hockey with the money. So that was one continuity issue, and there was a couple other ones that are way more minor.
I'm not saying it's a bad movie by any means.
No, I just always like to find at least one of those things to talk about because it's just kind of fun. And with that, I found that one to be kind of neat. I did like the fact he was driving on an old Ford, just kind of chilling in an old Ford car.
Who was?
Jackie Chan's car. That was like
his first car?
Yeah, the first one.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was kind of just neat. It was just very sensible. He's driving around with his daughter.
You know how lucky he was? He got out of an insurance claim.
Yeah.
Because the other guy died.
Yeah. Actually, that guy was backing up.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work. I mean, technically Jackie Chan hit him in the rear, so they probably you know how rear ends work.
Maybe, but that guy was in reverse, going opposite of the flow of traffic. That could be argued. You know what I mean?
Remember that one time I was at Kohl's and somebody took my parking spot, blatant that situation?
No.
I thought you were there, but must have been my wife. Makes more sense because I spend more time with her, but we should change that. Just kidding. That wouldn't make sense.
There's a few things that it would cause problems with.
Yeah, I don't think that you wash dishes nearly as good as she does.
I wash dishes great when I wash dishes. There's nothing wrong with the quality of service that I render.
Frequency of washing dishes.
Correct. It's the frequency. As you know, when we lived in the same apartment. You're like, just rinse them and dump the water out. I don't mind doing the dishes. Just don't leave water in them, you would say. It's just what my mom always did.
That's what you grew up, and I grew up, my mom would just ream me if I do that. So.
Yeah. It was just funny, it was the first time you came to where you were had to say something. And it was about the dishes.
That's what it took. That's what it took.
It was the dishes. You were over it. You're like, I need to talk to you. I feel like it was a civic conversation on the way to school.
Was it?
I think it was.
Oh,
and I was like, yeah, that's fine. You were probably so worked up.
It probably took a ton of effort to
for you to talk,
build up that.
And then for me, I was like, yeah, that's fine.
Just took my thunder.
I didn't know. It's just what
my mom washing dishes. Can you at least just rinse them?
You're like, I don't care if you do dishes, just don't leave food in them or water in them. But my mom would do it to soften up the stuff, and it works in theory if you come back 15 minutes later and wash the dish.
It sits for 2 days. It doesn't work, especially with something really cereal because you could just rinse it because it's not it's stuck on.
Okay, so since we're talking about this in the podcast, it's quite funny. I have a roommate now, as you know, but my father-in-law lives with me.
He doesn't rinse
and he doesn't do anything. But there's a couple times Teresa will take his dishes out and leave his cereal in them.
Yeah. That becomes paper mache to the side of a bowl.
When he would bring it, sometimes he would put them in the sink before he deteriorated. That's not the exact word I wanted to use, sorry. He would bring them in there and he would just sit, and then sometimes in the bowl we would sit on top of it. Well, sometimes we'd go a couple days. And then I'd be like, ugh. So now it's I'm like, Teresa, just dump and then I don't even care if you rinse it. Like, babe, I'm not even doing the dishes. You're the one usually doing the dishes. Dump it out. Like, I'm now like you, kind of. Just dump it out.
If it's loose, you might as well rinse some water and just...
Well, if you take 3 seconds, even if you don't want to wash the dish, but if you take 3 seconds to rinse it, at least it's cleanish.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just reuse the same skillet, especially my skillet.
Yeah, I wipe that bad boy out with a paper towel.
Yeah.
Our new ones are like super non-stick.
That's nice. So, anyway, so it's a trip down memory lane there. That was like over a decade ago. That's crazy. Because it was
2000.
May, it was 2017. No, 2007.
Was
May.
it 2000?
Yeah, it's 2006 was the fall. So that summer, May 2007, I was like, oh. Because I graduated in 8. Yeah.
No, you didn't graduate then.
I graduated in 8.
Yeah.
That's was it?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, May and 8 kind of sounds similar. Yeah, I graduated in 2008. Right. And so, it's been a decade now since we've not lived together. Now we both have children, houses.
We live a lot closer now.
We do. We're really close, like half a mile from each other. Anyway, so go see the movie.
What was your numerical? I'm trying to keep track of these because I want to make a spreadsheet where we can compare movies.
That's what I was, okay.
I just like it because it means nothing. It really has no value.
So
it's just funny to me.
I'm definitely above your safe number.
Okay.
Oh, and it's hard for me to give it a 10.
I don't think it's a 10.
I'm trying to find something that really was wrong with the movie to say it's not a 10. Like, cinematography-wise, I do give that a 10 because there were certain shots. Note, the opening scene, I loved it.
Yeah.
There was one shot where he shoved the dude out of the window at the farm.
Yeah.
That transition was really good because they went from an internal shot to an external shot.
Yeah.
And it was fluid enough to where it looked pretty darn believable. And for not shaking the camera like too much in the action scenes.
Yeah, I didn't see anything.
Not at all. That's what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't like they were sitting in the office and the cameraman's shaking. He's got Tourette's. Oh, my
What a funny change of events if they would only do that during the calm scenes and during the action scenes.
It's a fixated camera, static.
What would happen if Isaiah made movies? That's what would happen.
But anyway, so we got to see some pretty parts of Ireland.
I still haven't got a number on you.
I'll give it a 9. I mean, I don't want to give half numbers, so I'll just give it a 9.
All right.
Just so I can say I give it a little bit better than you. Like, 8s are pretty high. You have, like, 5s, I feel like. Maybe you had a 5, right? Or 2, 3? Whatever, 2?
What, Flatliners? -7?
On a scale of 1 to 10, what was Flatliners for you? Did you say 2?
2 sounds accurate.
So
I really want to like that movie, but I don't.
No, it was bad. It was pretty awful. I feel like I liked it marginally more than you did. And, you liked it too? I liked it, 2.1.
Fell apart.
Yeah, it did. And so I think Geostorm might be very similar, but I think we will enjoy it more.
I think it'll do much better than...
For us.
But I think we went into Flatliners, wanting to like it. We're going into Geostorm, knowing we're going to not like it. So, if it meets that expectation, we're actually going to enjoy it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense.
But I do want to see it in theaters. I really hope we don't have to skip it.
Well, we could do a double feature, but just create a challenge. And I wouldn't be opposed to watching one. Really, actually, if you want to go and pay full price, I don't mind doing that either.
We'll talk about it.
Geostorm.
I don't want to pay full price for Geostorm. No, that sounds actually.
Why does that sound horrible?
I don't want. So no. If it was a good movie, it's like Star Wars, I'd pay full price.
Oh man,
Geostorm is really hard.
Really think
because I like to support filmmakers, but I don't want to support terrible filmmaking. I will support it with my $5 contribution, but a $10 contribution is a lot.
That's a double.
Double.
Yeah. Well, Suburbicon just looks kind of fun.
Yeah, I want to see it. Sure. I still haven't seen trailers.
Talking about trailers, what was there some trailers tonight?
I don't remember any of them.
Alright.
Do you remember any of them?
Moving on. Yeah, there was a few, but I can't remember them. They all just look kind of like I'm going to have to check the content on every one of them.
The one with the billboards. That one looks fun.
It does.
It looks really like...
The 3 billboards.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to see it.
Yeah, they look good.
That's all I got. I don't remember any of the other trailers. I actually watched them today. Ragnarok was on it.
Yeah, it was so much more information than Ragnarok.
I feel like I need to watch some Thor movies because I feel like I'm missing
They have them all at Walmart, but they're $20 a pop.
Is it,
There's Thor, then there's The Dark World, and then there's...
Is there a third one?
I feel like...
That's outside of, like...
the third one.
The Avengers? I feel like it is the third one.
I think this is the third one.
A lot of blank silence, so I'm going to talk so that we don't have blank silence.
Yeah, Ragnarok will be number 3. But there was only a 2-year gap between 1 and 2, and then it's been a 4-year gap.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that middle one.
Yeah, it's a good one. I feel like I can pick it up for cheap on the interwebs. It's just hard to find number 1.
That's 2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks from now we'll be watching Ragnarok.
Alright.
I had no idea he lost his hammer until tonight, so that kind of bothers me. I'm stuck on it. Kind of.
So that's going to be part of the content 3. He didn't lose it at the end of 2 or anything?
No, she had his hammer in her grasp.
Oh.
When she caught it.
I feel like I'm going to be really lost in this movie. I'm not very good at Thor.
One of my Facebook friends got hacked. Because I keep getting just crud.
Alright. Do you have anything else?
This is Jake. I'll catch you next week.
This is Isaiah and I love pie.
Hashtag sponsor us.